Hey folks, let's take a look at sequences. They are just a pattern. Just like we have down here, 2, 6, 10, 14, right? And each number in that sequence, each one of these numbers is just called a term. Now for the first part of this lesson, we're just going to be dealing with a very special type of sequence. It's called an arithmetic sequence, and basically that involves adding the same number. Now you can always add a negative number, and it's just like subtracting. So really it's like adding or subtracting patterns, okay? And whatever you're adding or subtracting, that is going to be your common difference. So let's go find the next three terms of these two sequences. Let's see here, 2 jumps up to 6 and then up to 10. I think you see what's happening there. We had a 2 having 4 added to it, and that got a 6, and then the pattern repeated itself. 6 plus 4 is 10, 10 plus 4 is 14, and now we can just keep adding the same thing each time. We're just going to continue to add 4. So if I said what is the common difference of this pattern, it's what you're doing every single time. In this case, it's adding 4. If it's subtracting 4, we'd say, hey, subtract 4 or plus negative 4. Let's go do this one. So just keep adding 5, and we'll find the next 3. Okay, so to recap, these two patterns, these two sequences are arithmetic sequences because we're adding or subtracting the same thing each time to get the new numbers. It's very predictable. It's very elementary school, right? Well, not all patterns are arithmetic. Sometimes they get a little bit more complicated. But we're just also going to take a look at another thing. What if I didn't want to find the next 3 numbers in the sequence? What if I wanted to just give you a rule and then have you find the very first 4 numbers of the sequence? Well, n represents the term's position. So if I looked at this sequence right here, this is term 1, this is term 2, this is term 3, term 4, you get the idea. And we need to find the first 4 numbers, but all they gave us was this expression. It's just like an equation, but there's no equal sign and we don't know what it's equal to. So n represents the term's position. So if I want to find the first term in the sequence, I'm going to make this n a 1 because I want to find the first term. So again, because I want to find the first term, this n becomes a 1, and 3 is multiplying n, so 3 needs to times 1. And we're still going to use the order of operations, so you have to multiply before you add. So 3 times 1 is 3, and 3 plus 4 is 7. So our very first term is 7. Let's go find our second term. If you want to find the second term in the sequence, this n, which represents the term's position, should become a 2. 3 times 2 is 6, and 6 plus 4 is 10. Let's go find the third number. So 3 times 3 is 9, and 9 plus 4 is 13. So our third number is 13, and we need to find the first 4. So last one. I've got 16. Now I feel pretty comfortable with you understanding this, the first term, second term, third term, fourth term. If you want, you can come over here and write them out in order. So here are the first 4 terms of the sequence using this algebraic expression that was given to us. And again, you just pop in what position number you want for the n, and then use your order of operations to do this. And so let's put another little note off here to the side. PEMDAS, which is just my short acronym for order of operations, right? Parentheses first, exponent seconds, multiply, division, you get it. So there we have it. So can you all find me the first 4 terms of this sequence using this algebraic expression? Since we want to find the first term, I'm going to make Sorry for the interruption there. Since we want the first term, I'm going to make this n into a 1. If I wanted the second term, I'll make the n into a 2. I think we've hit that enough, so now we're just going to let the video play out here. One thing that may happen though is I might have someone that says 3 times 1 is 3 and 3 minus 1 is 2. Please don't do that. Remember, you have to get the parentheses down to one number, so do the operations inside parentheses first. 1 minus 1 is 0, and then 0 times 3 is 0. And there we have it. That's the first half of this lesson. The next part, we're going to be taking a look at those algebraic expressions and figuring out how to create them yourself, or instead of finding the first 4 numbers of a sequence or finding the next 3 numbers of a sequence, what if we were looking at something and we said, hey, could you find the 50th term of the sequence, and let's skip the first 50 numbers. Can you go straight to it? And this video is getting a little long, so we'll pause right here and we'll pick up the second video in just a moment.